Okay, so the recording has started. Let me begin. Okay, so before I introduce the program itself, I want to acknowledge the initiative that made it possible. The Newcomer Program was created by the Toronto Arts Foundation through its Neighborhood Arts Network, or NAN. NAN is a city-wide network that supports artists working with diverse communities across Toronto. And it offers memberships, mentorship, professional development, and equity-focused programs. For many years now, NAN has played an important role in supporting newcomer artists through awards, mentorship, workforce development, and other community connections. And now with the ArtWorksTO Newcomer Program, the support is being expanded and brought into one focused initiative, not just within Toronto, but across the greater Toronto area. What's special about this initiative is that it brings various forms of resources which had existed separately before into one focused program. And not only that, because as I mentioned before, instead of limited to the Toronto area, it's now extended to the GTA. This means that it includes the municipalities of Durham, Halton, Peel, and York. So by doing this, the goal is to increase not just the impact of the support, but also to improve access to resources and to raise the visibility of newcomer artists in the art sector, and not only in the art sector, in other industries as well. The program will support 25 newcomer artists working in media arts and arts education, and it will be a mutually enriching process. On one side, the artists will gain real-world experience and support, and on the other side, because we need to take this into account as well, the organizations will benefit from engaging with creative individuals who bring fresh perspective, diverse cultural backgrounds, and new ways of thinking into their work. The program helps people who are new to Canada and have experience in media arts or in arts education. These are the two streams that I'm sure you are already aware of. So stream 1 is for media artists, and stream 2 is for any discipline artist who has experience in arts education. So it's important that you know that you are only allowed to select one of these streams when applying. So please be sure to view the stream options and requirements and choose the one that you think fits you well. So the media arts, as you can see here, involve anyone who has experience with graphic design, illustration, user experience design, videography, photography, digital animation. And then for the arts educator, as I said, is aimed for artists in any discipline who have experience in arts education. So stream 2 artists could be performance artists, painters, writers, musicians, dancers, etc. But these artists must have experience in arts education. It could be like developing or delivering, for example, arts education content, leading arts workshops, or maybe, I don't know, community-based programs, designing, for example, participatory art experiences, etc. So what is offered? This is the longest slide, okay? So what is offered in the program? ArtWorksTO is partnered with OCAD University, which is for those who are not familiar with this name, it's the Ontario College of Art and Design University. And what we will offer for the participants enrolled in our program is free access to OCAD micro-credential courses that are specific to your stream. The participants will also be able to take one elective course from the options listed here on the screen, which is studio art, media production, applied design, and creative business skills. I will mention each of the obligatory courses in the following slides, okay? So, but right now, maybe you're not sure what exactly is a micro-credential. So a micro-credential is a short, focused credential that verifies you have mastery of a skill or competency, and having this could lead to faster hiring. So it is like a digital credential, which are the official certification of an individual skill or capabilities. These micro-credentials are awarded in a digital form, so it's very convenient because you have it there, it's verified, it's secure, and you can share it with your peers, with employers, or whoever you want to share it with. As a newcomer, it's something excellent to have. First, because this is a Canadian credential, and also because employers are increasingly moving towards skill or competency-based hiring. So this is a very good thing to have. Okay, now let's continue with the paid experience. For each course completion, you will receive a $150 stipend. And also you will be assigned a solo project and receive $5,000 for completing that project. So the $150 stipend will help you to pay for the expenses that you need for completing your course. And let me explain a little bit more about this part of the assigned project component. So just as there are applications for newcomers to join the program, there are also applications for host organizations. One of our partners for the program is Working Culture. Working Culture is a nonprofit arts service organization that is building and managing the relation with these host organizations. And this organization, knowing the budget allocated for participants, the $5,000 that I mentioned, they will propose a project that could be developed either by a newcomer media artist or a newcomer artist with experience in arts education. So once the program begins and we have our selected participants, each participant will be able to review all the available projects and will be asked to submit a request for proposal. I will explain this a little bit more in the next slides. So they will be asked to submit a request for proposal for their top 3 choices. Then after each participant submits their 3 main choices, there will be a matching process that will include Toronto Arts Foundation and our partners, and we will assign each participant to one of the proposed projects. Okay, now let me continue with guidance and connections. So each participant will also receive approximately 5 hours of mentorship by a working professional in the field of interest. There will be one group mentorship session that will happen in November around that time, and 4 one-on-one sessions that will happen after, from January and so on. We will match participants and mentors based on your individual profile. And the goal is for mentors to guide and support you throughout the program, offering advice and insight tailored to your needs. And all this support doesn't end after the completion of the program. When the program ends, as you see in the lines below, you will gain access to all our alumni perks and have additional opportunities through the alumni program. And finally, before we move on to our next slides, we have also included a very important piece. As a newcomer artist in Canada, it's crucial, I believe, to start understanding the indigenous protocols of the land we're now living and creating on. So as part of the program, you will have a 1.5-hour session led by Kennedy Salum. Kennedy is the lead for the ArtWorksTO Indigenous cohort. And this is an opportunity to learn about respectful ways of engaging with indigenous communities and to get some context about the history and presence of indigenous peoples here. It will help you build like a culturally aware artistic practice in Canada. I'm a newcomer artist. I'm not a newcomer now, but I was once a newcomer artist, and I believe this is a fantastic program. I think I didn't introduce myself. Sorry, a little bit late, but my name is Jimena Berecochea, and I'm the lead for the program. So I have first-hand experience as a newcomer artist, although I've been living here for 18 years. I know how much all the components of this program can help a newcomer artist. And I believe each and every one part of it is really like, it makes like a fantastic program. So the selected participants, believe me, they will be very lucky. I wish I had this when I moved here. Let's continue. Okay, so if you're looking to apply for the media artist stream, your course breakdown and the time commitment expectation is this one, the one that you are seeing here. So first you have the project management course. This course will help you understand how to plan, how to organize, how to manage a project from start to end. So this is very important since you will be working on your own project for this program. So it's like learning step by step how to do it, no? How to set goals, how to manage time, how to stay on track. And you will also learn like tools to help you work better alone or in team, business tips. It is a course that is designed for creative people. So it won't be too technical, just practical and really helpful as you build your artistic practice in Canada. This course will run, I have the exact dates here, and you will also be able to find the exact dates on our website below the frequently asked questions, or maybe, yeah, I think, or on the eligibility criteria, I think it has the exact dates. But this course will run from Monday, September 15, till Sunday, November 9. 2025. It's an 8-week course and it's online. It's asynchronous, so you will be able to complete it on your own when you have the time. And we may include a few synchronous sessions. We believe that for a newcomer, this is something that can be very meaningful to be able to connect with other people, even if it's through a virtual class, to see the professor, to talk with your peers. So you will have that option. Then you have the second course is social enterprise. This course will help you use your art and your creativity to make a positive difference in the world. So this will be also a way to learn how to make money with a course with the ability to have a business in something that is ethical and it's good for the world, let's say. So it's perfect if you want your art or project to do more than just make money, to actually make an impact in the world. So it's a pretty nice course and useful. This will run from Monday, February 2nd to Sunday, March 15. It's a 6-week course. It's also online and it's also asynchronous. And these will have 1 or 2 in-person, not synchronous virtual, but in-person session. The other one is going to be synchronous, but not in person because the instructor doesn't live in Toronto. But this one, the instructor was willing to do 2 sessions in person just to make it more personal. Then you will have the option, and this is an optional component of the program, the option to take 1 elective course. And there are different options. There are some that are synchronous, or other are asynchronous, or others are in person. So you have many options where to choose from, depending on your personal interest. And a good thing about this elective course is that even though you have to complete all the components of the program within this time frame, which is August 2025 to August 2026, the elective course, you will have a little bit more air. You could complete it between April 2026 until December 2026. Even if you have finished the program, you still have the possibility of taking that elective course. So you will have more time maybe, and you want to wait until you finish your project. So this is I think it's a very good part of the program that you have that option, no? Besides that, you will have a 2-hour workshop for RFPs. I have another slide where I will talk about what is an RFP. We are planning to have this happening in August 27, but it still needs to be confirmed, but it's around those days, okay? It will definitely happen before you start working on your project, because that's the idea. This will help you prepare your proposals for the projects that are more appealing for you. And finally, these dates that are on the right side, the media artist project realization periods are planned for November 10, 2025 to the week of February 16, 2026. So the projects that you will be developing are a project that can be completed within a frame of 3 months. Maybe there will be exceptions, but that is the plan. So, I mean, we can be flexible, but it's good to have a plan. So the idea is for you to complete that in that frame of 3 months. Now let's see the arts educators courses. So you will have, again, the project management that I already explained. But as you can see, the stream 2 will start after stream 1. So media arts stream, arts education stream will start this course on Monday, March 30 to Sunday, May 24 of 2026. Again, it's an 8-week course. It's online. It's asynchronous with a few synchronous sessions. Then you have, this one is different from the previous stream. Instead of social enterprise, the arts educators will be teaching art. And this course will help you feel more confident teaching art, whether it is in school, camps, community spaces, on your own. You will learn how to make lessons that are inclusive, affordable, engaging. You will gain more teaching skills, let's say. You will learn, for example, how to use different materials, 2D and 3D, how to teach in ways that work for different ages and learning styles, tips for teaching in today's digital world, etc. Now, this course is not going to be online. This is an in-person course, and it will happen on Thursdays from January 15 to February 19, 2026. And it's going to happen at night to make sure that everybody has the time. We thought it was a good idea to offer it during later in the evening, which is 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. It's going to be 6 classes on Thursdays, and it's in person. So the room still hasn't been determined, but we will have that information when the date is closer. And then again, you will have 6 weeks for your elective course, which could be synchronous, asynchronous, or in person, depending on what you choose. And again, you will have a frame from April 2026 to December 2026 to complete that elective course. And again, you will have 2-hour workshop for the RFPs. Stream 1 and Stream 2 will be taking this course at the same time at the end of August. That's the plan, or maybe a little bit later, but before you start working on your project. Okay, so what is an RFP? Maybe some of you are familiar with this, maybe not all of you. So RFP stands for Request for Proposal, and it's a document that an organization shares when they're looking for someone to do a job or a project, and they want somebody to send in their ideas for how they would do it. For example, as an artist, you might see an RFP if, I don't know, a city or the city or a gallery or a company wants, for example, a mural or a video or a workshop or an art installation. So they will ask you to send an RFP, and you would need to say, like, what would you do for the project? How would you do it? Why are you a good fit? You might need to include support material. So all of those things you will be learning in this 2-hour workshop. What are the program components? No, sorry, requirements. Okay, I'm sure that you have all gone through these points that are very important. You have to be newcomer. You have to be 18 years of age or older. I think it's a great thing that there's no age limit. It's something that I really appreciate, because it gets an age where you start to be less considered for projects or jobs. So I think this is a very good thing. You must be a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, or have an application pending, or permanent resident status, or be a protected person. Also, you need the social insurance number. You must live in the GTA. And of course, you need to be available to complete all these components of the program between August 2025 and August 2026. And you must demonstrate clarity of professional goals and explain how this program would really help you to integrate to Canada. And you need to be able to communicate in English to participate in the program. The stream-specific requirements. So you must be practicing media artists whose career have progressed beyond the early stages, either in your country or in your country of origin, or in their first years in Canada, if you have been here for a couple of years in Canada, but who may still face challenges in establishing yourself professionally in Canada. You must present a portfolio that showcases a consistent personal artistic voice. And of course, the portfolio must show that you have quality of execution, control of technical skills in one or more media. And you must have participated in a minimum of 3 group exhibitions or public showcases, either in your country of origin or internationally. And this can include, it doesn't have to be exhibitions. It can include screening, festivals, digital showcases, collaboration, finished pieces, or other forms of public presentation that is relevant to your discipline. Now, the requirements for arts educators are the ones that you see here. You must have a background in arts education, including experience in teaching or leading community-based art programs, or working in educational or cultural institutions. For example, you could have worked in the past at university, at a college, or maybe in a school, in a library, in a museum, community centers. And again, this experience could have happened in your country of origin, or if you have been living here in Canada for a couple of years, maybe you have experience already in Canada. but you're still facing challenges. It's not easy to integrate to the workforce in Canada. So that's the point of this program. Must have experience in developing or delivering arts education content appropriate to the context in which they work. And applicants should have a personal artistic practice. This is something that is very important, even though it's target to arts education participants. It's important that first and before being art educators, they are artists as well. So they must have a portfolio and a history of exhibitions or public showcases as well as their arts education experience. Okay, so when you apply to the program, it's very important that you upload a portfolio that shows us all your work. There was already a portfolio workshop that OCAD provided. And if you were not able to be there, the recording is at your disposition in the website. And also within the application, you can click and you will see the recording of that workshop. But I'm going to go through the components of your portfolio as well here. So if you have questions, you can also ask anything you need at the end of this presentation. Obviously, all the work that you submit in your portfolio should be relevant to your stream. It should be well organized. It is a collection of work, the portfolio, that represents your creative and technical experience and all the accomplishments. And this should be reflected in a visual representation. It has to be like appealing and it should stand out. So think that it needs to look good, okay? So each stream has slightly different outline for the expected portfolio, but they fall under the same categories. You need to present a short bio, an artistic statement, examples, I will go through each one, examples of your creative process, finished work, and descriptions. So for both streams, your portfolio should include a short bio that is like who you are, no? What's your story? And an artist statement is a short paragraph where an artist explains the work in their own words. It usually talks about what kind of art you make, what media or medias you use, why you make what you make, and how do you make it. So the statement really helps people understand the artist ideas, the creative process, and you will be asked to submit this document several times if you haven't been already asked to submit it several times. For example, when you apply to grants, when you apply to exhibitions or any program, art program, it gives context to the artist's work so others can connect with your work in a more deep form. Okay, sharing your creative process in an application is very important because it helps reviewers understand how you think and how you work as an artist. So it shows that your ideas have depth, that you are intentional with your choices, and that you can bring a project to completion. So sharing your creative process also shows how you might approach a new opportunity or collaboration, because it has to do with how and why you do what you do. So because you will be developing a project, this part is really important. So try to make it like really personal. Be like, maybe you need to reflect on how you work and bring this to like in a visual form, or maybe you can write it. I mean, depending on your discipline and how you want to do it, but it's an important part of the portfolio. Next, there is the finished work. For me, the artist, we want to see up to 5 examples of your original finalized work that demonstrate like creativity, technical skills, range, and expression of ideas. For arts educators, we want to see up to 2 examples of your original finalized work that demonstrate your creativity, again, your technical skills, and also up to 3 examples that demonstrate your work as an arts educator. So all images in your portfolio should be easy to see, and it's preferred in high resolution. It needs to look good, no? Finally, we have descriptions. For each finished piece, include more or less 50 words. The process, the making, the method, the media concept, and the purpose of each submission. So please include the details of collaborators in case there are collaborators for that specific piece. And a quick tip. So works can be presented in a series. We recommend limiting 3 to 5 works or a series. So what is a series? It's a group, in case you are thinking like, what is a series? It's a group of artworks that are connected by a common theme or idea. So each piece could stand on its own, but together, if you present together, it can make like more sense, no? Help the reviewer understand to tell the complete story. Then works can be video. We recommend a highlight reel. What is a highlight reel? It's like clips from past projects, scenes that show your stronger skills, your style, and your creativity. It's like a visual resume, let's say. It needs to be quick and engaging and meant to give viewers a strong first impression of what you can do. So that the reviewers can understand better than with a long one video, no? So it's like yes, like a summary of your work, let's say. And finally, in case this is useful for you, I have here a portfolio sample so that you can see like, I mean, there are so many ways to do it, but just to have an idea of how you could visually like make the layout, make it like appealing, no? So here you have like the cover, no? You don't need to have like a cover, but if you do like a appealing cover, it's a good thing. So the way you present is, I think it's very important. Here you could add, for example, your short bio. Then your artist statement, which is not a long text is really a paragraph, no? Then this is a possibility of how to present your creative process, which is very important. There are many ways, no? But this is just one example. And for example, here, the past projects, no? And in case you do, for example, video or animation or something like that, you can add the links to the videos, no? And this is a final page in case you want to add with your email, if you have a website, your address, etc. So how do I apply? You go to the Newcomer Program website that I'm sure you have already been there, fill out the JOT form application page, attach your portfolio, review and submit, and that's it. And that's the end of the presentation. Now we can start with the Q&A session. So please let me know if you have any questions, and I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. So if you want to, I don't know, maybe Ines, you have already seen if there are questions.
There hasn't been any questions so far.
No, I'm gonna stop the recording.